Welcome back to the Wonderful Walks in Golf podcast, where we walk you through the industry's untold stories, brand reviews, history lessons, and swing lessons from industry legends to those fresh on the scene. We'll carry you through the world of golf, so you grab your bag, strap up, and enjoy the walk. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Wonderful Walks in Golf podcast. We are keeping it local in the Philly area this week with, I think, a absolutely, I would say, exciting guest, but a controversial one, but in a fun way. So excited to have Justin Rinas on the show. Justin has been stirring up some IG fun, which has been fun to get into, but I think he's built one of the probably the two best facilities, Dante, that you can have at your disposal in the Philadelphia area and King of Prussia area. So, Justin, pumped to have you on the show, man. What's going on?
Yeah, thanks for having me, dude. We're just rock and rolling on what's tonight? Thursday? Friday? I don't even remember. But regardless, we're rocking. It's 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock. And this is what we do every day. We got my boy Connor, who's 10 years old, rocking. I got some girls. See you, bro. Have a good one, all right? Beginners. I got college athletes here, so yeah, we get after it every day, all day. So
the house that never sleeps, as I always see it.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't sleep sometimes. I try to take a nap. That's why I have couches. You can see the couches. I take naps on those couches every once in a while.
You and your buddy Scout, right?
Yeah, we're Scout. Yeah, he's over there. He's doing something with a chipping green.
I love it, man. Well, this is now your second facility, and I want to get into where it all began, right? Because I think that's the crucial part of it all, of like, why did you start building these things?
Yeah, I honestly, 4 years ago, as of probably this week, I raised my first 50K, and, I was on a couch. I mean, my whole thing is, and I get into all these conversations and arguments, whatever you want to call them. I just don't think golf is that big of a deal, and people make it so freaking, you got 4D gears, like it's an absolute, these people suck. I mean, they just do. And they just want to get a little bit better. They want to have some fun. And like, look at this. I got it's just a chill atmosphere. And when you go that route in golf, they just get fired up. So I've got fired from, I want to say 5 jobs. I probably taught anywhere from 2,000 to 2,500 lessons as I was 25, 26, 27. And I looked at other pros and I'm like, why don't they build something? Other clubs, build them a little shack. I mean, I have 12. I mean, these are 8 bays right here, but they build a little shack. And I'm like, yeah, there's got to be a better way, because no one, not many people have 50K to drop for a sim in their house. And then you can see my short game area. And then they have a coach. So then I'm like, well, I don't really think teaching golf is that big of a deal. I mean, these people that charge 250, 300 hours, I mean, whatever, go get it if they want it. I mean, they should just do OnlyFans. I mean, shit, it's about the same amount of money. And, see you, bro. And, I just think it's, I'm working with James. James just joined. I mean, we worked on his wedges. It took me like 10 minutes and we changed launch angle, spin, everything. And he got better, and he's been on YouTube for the last 3 years. So I said, okay, let me build something, smaller, 8,000 square feet. I raised $1 million, did that, made it decently, I wouldn't say successful, but, I paid my investors back. One thing that obviously, everyone knows, when you have nothing, you can't collateral anything, so you can't raise any cash. So I did it privately with some people that, I knew and kind of had this idea. And then the number 2, it's very big, as you can see. It's massive. I probably wouldn't go that big next time. I wouldn't tell Dante to build 21,000 square feet, but I had to try. And we're about a year in. Yeah, and if I fail, and I could fail every day, I'm going down swinging, dude. And not too many people have done what I've done in the short amount of time and out of nothing. I mean, I talk to, Dalton a lot. I'm not on any list. I teach the most. I don't know what we gross. It was like 1.5 or 1.6. And that's another thing in the golf world. You can't talk about a lot of money. Like, why can't I say we grossed over 7 figures this year? Why can't I say that? Like, people are like, oh, I charge 300 an hour. Okay, well, you made 150K. I do that, in 50 days. And,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that blows my mind, and I think the topics you touch on too of like all these unwritten society rules in golf, just like Dante, you and I talk about it all the time too. It's like
all the time.
a why, and b
Yeah,
like who's to say we can't just throw them out the window and start having some fun with this damn game because it's a game.
dude, it's, and let's be real. I was just talking about today. Like, the first question people ask in my club is, where are you a member at? And I'm like, well, who gives a shit? Like, and I know enough, obviously, of the Philly area. And we listen, I can respect the ones before me. I can respect the clubs, but let's be real. That kid right there, all he wants to do is hang out with my dog and wear sweatpants. Right. I mean, like, just relax. And the problem is that, let's be real. The average age in golf is dead at a lot of clubs. And as we
Yeah.
grow and as we get younger, you think they want to, you think they have the time to worry about that as a young family, as a 5, 6, 7 year old. Like, hey, Dalton, you can't do this or you can't do that. I just think it's getting to the point now. And I mean, you can hate it or love it. Like Live Golf is another thing, like that kind of branched out. And, the freaking Twitter did a thing where people are spending more time off the golf course than on the course. Jesus, did my phone
Yeah.
blow up? Because they just start Googling, indoor golf, and they start doing this stuff. And I'm just like, I've been doing this. Like, I do it every day. I mean, it sucks. I don't really love my life, and I wouldn't tell everyone to do this way. But, I've kind of got it. When you borrow 2.2 million, you just can't go on vacation and go, you know what, I'm going to Aruba this week when, I got to pay for everything. So, that's kind of a lot of people look at, what I've built or what we do every day. And I don't think they understand I had to pay 47K last week in insurance. I got about 40 some K in rent a month. I mean, I basically buy a car a month just in rent. My Pico bill in this building is $3,500. See you guys. So, we run 24/7. All these bays, you can see they rock every day. These lights go on every day. And, someone's got to somehow operate and, not be a knucklehead and, take the cash and run because my investors, we have quarterly meetings like a corporation. And I had to learn that all on the fly. No one teaches you, Dante, how to raise. Like, if I go, hey, go raise 20 grand tomorrow and you need to do it in the next 24 hours. And you got to get it in a bank, not people go, hey, I give you the money. It's literally writing checks out. And that's the difference. Everyone can say they have investors and stuff, but actually get it in a bank account. And then go lease a retail space where I need Walmart, Home Depot, Planet Fitness, all them to say, okay, I can go in there. It's cool to have an idea, but there's just so like to do what I'm doing. It's a different, world. And I think, the PGA and all the golf stuff and everything, they teach you how to fold shirts and say Mr. and Mrs. and Mr. Havacamp. I don't know, whatever. Like, I don't give it. Like, you're Dante, you're Dalton. Like, I'm not going to call you by Mr. and Mrs. because we're all friends and this is what we do. So, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it kind of evolved and started. And I got, once I get this one up rocking, I got number 3 in the city, 14,000 square feet, which is a perfect number for me and my model, because all these people here are, oh, there's a camera. All these people here are members. So I just did it today. I got 274 right now in this model. I cap it at 320.
Yeah, so
I
dive
have
into that a little
various.
more. You're 24/7, right? You're 24/7.
Yeah. So
all the
yeah,
members
24/7.
have all
Yeah,
access.
key fob access. You lock the doors, which a lot of people don't like, but I just want to make sure I know who's in my house. Um, I have a junior membership. I have a family. I have a double where it's like a brother, husband and wife. I have a corporate membership. I have a friends membership where you guys can join together. I have a lot of,
Oh well,
base.
you got to stop. You got to stop there. That I love that because all these clubs that you join will
Yeah.
not. It's either husband and spouse, or
Dude,
it's like you got to go
Dante could go
individual.
off right
Don't.
now.
Oh my! I
So
just
it's
I
like,
just hit
how are you
I just
gonna?
hit something in
You
Dante right
you
there.
peaked
Dante's all
you
rocking
peaked
and
a
rolling.
nerve, man. Because
Yeah.
I just don't understand how these clubs offer, like, you want to build your business and bring in all these people for this camaraderie and like this opportunity for them to come play your facility and spend the money. Yet these clubs are like, well, even though you're family and you don't live in the same house, we're not gonna like
Well,
offer
that's
you
the
that
whole
type of
thing,
deal.
right, Dante? And that's the issue. Like cousins, like I
Yeah.
want everyone to have a good time. Why would I go? Hey, you guys have to spend a lot of money to get like each. Like it's together. Like I have a father daughter right there, and then I have three buddies right there playing golf together, and then I have two buddies over there playing golf. And I feel like golf is a way where everyone's like, well, I have to be a guest somewhere or to join, however old you are, you have to pay initiation and all that stuff. And listen, I get it. I mean, you get the high end clubs and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, I mean, like, what are we doing? I mean, I just had a guy, there's dues jumped, I think 18%. I mean, we do the math. It's
Yeah.
not hard. And I'm like looking at it. I'm like, how can you ask a 35-year-old person to handle 18%? When it's already 6-8 grand anyways, maybe 5 grand. They're playing maybe 30, 40 times. Then you add that 20%. Well, that's another $1,000, 1,200 on top of their dues. And then, you don't give them something like this that they can practice and hit balls at.
Yeah.
And then, then you look at coaching, you look at all that stuff. I mean, it's a dangerous kind of game that we play, from a club standpoint and a pro standpoint. And it's going to get worse because,
Oh,
like that
absolutely.
technology, that ain't cheap. But why do I need to charge you a lot of money because I have that, right? It's just part of the deal. So, it's just, yeah, it's a, if you ask my opinion, obviously I run my business very different. Luckily I own majority of it and I don't really have anyone to tell me how to do it. But yeah, I've been at clubs where they told me I can't teach at 8 o'clock at night. Well, I have one, two, three, four, five. I have 7 bays going right now at 8 o'clock. I mean, like I don't, I think as we get going in this world, there's a lot of people. I mean, and you can see the content start to get more comfortable, more relaxed. And, golf is getting into that, separation. There's, I would say wealthy, middle class and lower class. Now you're looking at different golf and different people. And they're like, what side are you on now? Right. Like Live Golf and PGA Tour, very big separation. Right. And it pushed people to take different sides, whether you like it or not. It's starting to separate the golf world. And for me, I'm all about having everyone have a good time. I mean, you can see. I mean, there's a guy Chipping. He's a private club member. Brandon's looking to join somewhere, so he's mid-30s, can't find anywhere. I got that kid right there. He's a public golfer. He's a YouTube golfer / public golfer. She's private, they're private, and he's public. So everyone
I think
just
that's
has a
the
good
best
time.
thing.
Yeah.
That's the best
Yeah.
thing I've seen out of all the content you post is like, and it's funny to me because you're calling out all these private clubs, like build your own.
Which,
Why
by the
won't you
way, they
build your
hate.
own?
They hate me. They like do whatever. It's fine. I don't care. It's not. I'm just
But
telling the
I
truth. You know
love.
what I mean?
I mean, the famous quote that I always remember from like whether when we started doing social media, Dante, was like your end viewer, your user is your buyer, your audience, right? Like they tell you what's good and what's not. If your facility's crap, they're not going to come. But if your facility's the best in the country, you're going to have people knocking down the door, whether it's private club, public club, whatever it is. And obviously, they're leaning into what you've built because it is the option to go to not only in the Philly area, but really I think in the whole East Coast.
Yeah, and I mean, I've oh, man, the hundreds and thousands of phone calls I've had around the world, and anyone can build this. I look at, I mean, it's really kind of snowing outside right now, and I don't think like, so we're in our private room right now. I got 4 bays. I want to say this is probably 3,000 square feet, 3,500 square feet. I could run a nice little business out of this, out of this little thing. Now you throw a little short game in there, you throw in 24/7, you throw in the culture. I think the culture, is kind of a big deal. You talked about it before about relaxed and comfortable, but as you walk in, you got the graffiti on the wall. So like, I want people to go, okay, this is not a normal golf experience. And then, you walk in, you have all the other stuff. So, I built something that I enjoy because I have to do it every day. I mean, it's my life's not really like, oh my God, I can choose what I do. I literally live this. So I want to be a place where I can come to work, enjoy. I have people that I enjoy to be with, and from a private club standpoint or teaching standpoint, I hate to say it, I had a lot of people I hated to deal with. I just did.
Yeah.
You grind all day long. They don't care about you. I mean, before I started Skramble, and this is what's amazing to me in the club world, and I ask all these pros, if they had to start over tomorrow, 0 clients, could they make $1 million in a year? Or 100 grand or 300 grand? And a lot of the pros can't. They don't have the ability because they're married to the club. They have to have the club.
Because their entire clientele lives and are members at that club, and if they were to restart, they wouldn't know where to go.
And they wouldn't come with them, right? And listen,
Yeah.
You can say all you want. Yes, I'll follow you, Dalton. Let me tell you what, those people won't, dude. I literally moved across the street from my club, and they wouldn't follow me. Now, you can say whatever you want, like, we had different whatever. I got these people better, but they don't care enough to go across the street to do that. So, I had 1,000 clients, over 1,000 clients over 7 years. And, I was kind of middle successful, doing whatever. I wasn't happy. I hated what I did. I mean, it sucked. And then I restarted and I'm like, man, no one gives a shit. No one cares. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go balls to the wall. Now we have, I want to say like 440 some members, and they all enjoy what we do. And having that many members, and I'll probably stop building when I have 1,000 because that was the kind of my number in my head. But it's just like, what is it's just one of those things that's, I think a lot of these pros and clubs look at the way they, I don't know, the facility, or where are they going to go, right? The aerodynamic pro, where are they going to go? They're going to have to step down. For me, I'd go to the public track right down the street and make millions. And I don't care what logo I wear, because that logo right there is everything to me because I created it. So and I had this argument the other day. If you create something versus a guy at a club, we are not on any level. Like, don't even come close to saying you're like me. Don't even say we do the same shit, because it's not true. So, and when you say that, people don't like that, but it's the truth. Because when I got my expenses by the first day of the year is close to about 70 grand. So I pay out 70 grand in the first day of the month. It's Luke Irons. Luke Irons is a member of Philly Cricket. And guess what? He's hitting balls right now. So top club.
Well, I think that's what blows my mind is, and you've done the club scene for so long, and you just basically created this out of thin air, which I think a lot of people don't get, right? They look at places like Second Swing, or they look at places like Club Champion, and they see this big brand, and they see Skramble House of Golf, and they're like, oh, well, that's got to be like some bigger entity, and it's like, no, that's you. It's just you.
Yeah, and my members, thankfully I got some members. Yeah, I just like, and then, then we get in the franchise world, and, let's be real. When you make a little bit splash and you have, I wouldn't say a cookie cutter, but it's not that hard to build this place. It's walls, it's electric, and you got to obviously design some of the things, but it's easy to duplicate it. I want to make sure I take care of my people, and I take care of my staff, and, all that stuff. And from my standpoint, you look at the golf techs, you look at, Golf Cave on Jersey. You'll look at, all these little places, or, they're starting to build more, Club Champion and stuff. They're just so different. Like Top Golf's right down the street. Go to Top Golf. Go to that experience, and then come to mine, and then you'll figure out which one you like. I don't really care. It's just, I don't need thousands of people to pay $100 a day to come to my place. That's not how my model works. My model works Like that guy right there, he comes as many times as he wants, and he just has a good time. And obviously, fortunate enough, I've kind of gambled on the golfer. I will bet on golfers every day of the because no one has done it yet. No one has
Yeah.
built something for specifically the golfer. It's always entertainment, Dalton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
see
right
that.
on the
Yeah.
money, and you
Yep.
know you're right on the money. I don't got to tell you you're right on the money,
Well,
but
I
it
see
is.
it every
It's
day, and they're like, "Oh, you're like this," and I'm like, "Dude, that's a bar sim model, or that's a music
yeah,
system, or they have Top Tracer." Like nobody gives a shit. You give me AI. Uniquers came up with the AI. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it's humans back to back. I'm gonna go play. I'm gonna go talk to this person and go, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do today." Not some computer going, "Hey, Dante, you have to make your hips 27 degrees more open at impact." That's ridiculous. But hey,
Dante
whatever,
knows he's got issues.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean
Plenty of issues.
that's kind of what what the world's getting to, especially nowadays. You can get too crazy in tech, and go on the other side when all my players just want to do is they want to hit a little golf ball, they want to get some data, they want to get better. That's it.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love the motto. I love everything it's about. It's intrigued me since day one of seeing you kind of pop up on my Instagram and follow the journey. It's been a lot of fun to watch you grow, and so you're going to be setting up something at the PGA Philly Show, I believe,
Yeah,
coming up real soon.
oh yeah, let me show you this shit right here. Let me tell you what. This is another thing. A couple weeks ago, I got the go ahead to go over there. I got a booth. We're gonna put a sim on the stage actually for live lessons. So as you can see, obviously my experience is important to me, right? And making sure everything's having fun. So I actually had to build this whole custom setup for the stage. So I have a projector that's going to go, let's see, right there, and then a screen that Ace Indoor, who's really, I mean, there's a lot of companies out there, but man, once you find a good one and they help you out, it's huge because obviously you can imagine how much cost that is. So, and then I'm bringing one of these bays to the
Sure.
booth, so 16 by 10 booth. I have also a putting green we built 12 foot. And then I have a chipping little bullseye, as you can see here. This is probably one of my probably most fun spots here is that kids could just, or anybody, adults, could just chip and enjoy it. I got the basketball over there. It's just, the Oak Show is cool because it's so, I hate to say it, but when things look awful or it's not very good, the chance of opportunity to become better is just, you give me a chance to become better. Oh, I'll put as much, work and money into something to just make it to the level that I'd like to be at, especially if I'm a part of it. So if I'm a part of a show or I'm a part of whatever, I want to be the best. Like there's no sleeping. There's no breaks. There's no nothing until we get to that level. And once we get to that level, then we can kind of go, okay, what's the next step? So that golf show is going to be cool. I got a lot of members that don't, think it's awesome, but I think it gives us a chance to go, okay. I talked to Joe and Tracy who put on the shows, and they put on shows for years. But once again, are they golf conscious people making those decisions for a show that, by the way, our market's pretty big in Philly, if you don't know, and it's like, okay, don't you think that we should do something as the PGA section, as pros themselves, to go, hey, Dalton, let's come up with some shit to figure out why don't people bring this to the show? I don't know. And it's going to get worse and worse because I mean, I could do a show in my place. I mean, it's big enough. Um, but and that's kind of when I look at that show, I think it's very important to the community. I'm a very community driven guy. I do a lot of help with, I hate to say it, but like, disabilities or special needs with autism or other stuff. I think it's just one of those things that, like, if you can open the door to as many people as you can and enjoy golf, I mean, I think golf has given me this avenue to give it to people. I don't really think the game has done much to me other than really put me in a bad position. I think when PGA came out with "We love this game," I had to laugh because, if anything, it put me broke and nowhere to go for almost 12 years at a club. And 32, I was living off a couch, put this idea on a piece of paper, and now here we go. So I wouldn't say the game has been awesome to me, but if I can give an opportunity to that guy, and these people, that's what the game is, the game of golf or whatever I can do. That's kind of what we do. So.
Well, and I think that's always the reminder, right? Of like the game is bigger than just the PGA, and you found your own avenue within the game of golf, not the PGA, but the game of golf, to create something really incredible for the community as a whole to really utilize and get better at.
Yeah, for sure, totally. And honestly, like anybody can do anything they want. It's not like I didn't like have some kind of there's no like game plan. It's literally let's go try this and. I mean, I've failed a lot, but, I've come up with a couple ideas that maybe works, and we do this. And, the cool part, we did a couple things that we've added here. So I got the flag wall right here of all my members at other clubs. And then we have what we call a course challenge every month. We make a course. I have 6 different flights. I got the Rugrats. These are, kids that are 12 and under. And then I got the Hot Shots. These kids are studs. Winner right now is 65.3. So I mean, they're not bad. I mean, they're good players. I mean, and that's what kind of attracts other people in, right? So like, if I have good people and you're good people, I'm good. Like, let's go play and let's play a match and let's get better and let's have somewhere because right now it's chilly out and it's dark. So.
Yeah, no, that's the root of golf, Dante. We talk about it all the time. We just want to play with good people. We want to hang with good people and be around good people at the end of the day. And if you can create a place to have people come and do that, then that's the idea of it. That's where the game really, truly gets its essence from.
Well, sweet, man. I appreciate you having on. I got James. I got to do a little work with his wedges tonight. So that should be fun.
One last question before you leave.
Yeah.
You historically always say get you a coach that can hang clean a little bit. What's your hang clean at these days?
I got like 215 probably. Yeah, I can hang clean 215. If I had weights right now, it's funny. Like you go on those YouTube videos and they go to the gym and they go, "Hey, what can you bench?" And the guy goes 225, and they put it on the bench, and the guy can't even got a chance. And I can do 215 right now. And I kind of laugh and I get in trouble as well with other coaches. But if we're going to talk about ground force, I just had to pick up some Starburst. And there's another rule. If I see Starburst wrappers, I'm going to kick you out of the club. I can't stand that shit. Anyways, if a pro talks about ground force, and we can agree that most of the pros in the country are over an age that they're probably not going to the gym to lift weights, right? They're doing bands. They're doing some whatever golf-specific bullshit that they tell people. And I look at it and I go, okay, let's go to the gym. Let's lift 300 pounds off the ground. You should be able to lift 300 off the ground and carry 300. That should be a standard, right? Like Bryson came up and did all that stuff. And like, we can go on that world. But, I think lifting weights, if I got to pound this golf ball 330 down the middle, I better know how to move some weight. And the sequencing, all this stuff, powerlifting, all that stuff. I mean, I think it's just one of those things. It's just like everything. It's like, I want to be able to, like that ping pong table right there. I want to be able to wax anybody. I want to go to the gym and beat any of my players. I want to, because we got to hold the standard as a coach. Yeah. And I look at all these coaches and stuff like that in the golf world and even, in the college world and stuff like that. We got to have some kind of thoughts. I'm going, okay, we're competing basically just like anything else. And we got to hold a standard and hold a bar, I would say better than most. This is my standard. You want to come into my world? Let's play ball. Because I ain't stopping. I mean, today was probably 15 hours. Tomorrow's another 15, 16. It's going to snow all day. I mean, let's go. And I think a lot of people in the world of golf and in the business and everything, like someone told me that we're not competing, and I just laughed and I said, that's what I do every fucking day. I compete and I go to war and I do all this stuff because how what do you think? I can just go, hey, you know what? I can just pay my bills like that. This didn't get built by having fun and having friends. This got built because I had an idea that I wanted to shock everybody and build something cool. And that's what we do.
Awesome, man. Well, I'll let you get back to your lesson. Appreciate your time. Pumped to hopefully come see you up at the PGA Philadelphia show and kick it around a little bit more.
Love it. And then next time, I think we might have you guys on the pod. So, all right.
Love it.
Hell
Sounds
yeah.
like a plan, brother.
All
Have
right,
a great
boys.
evening.
Thanks, man.
We'll talk to you soon.
We'll talk to you.
Take care.
Yes, sir.
See ya.